How's the new number treating you?
Great, it looks good, huh? I've confused it a few times already, grabbing the wrong sticks off the rack.
How was that conversation about changing?
That was pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I knew, obviously, who Foligno was and that he was already 17, so I was just waiting for the call, basically. And sure enough, I could have reached out first, I guess, and just said, just have it. But, yeah, it was pretty simple. I said, have it. I don't care. It's yours. No big deal. I'll find something else, and 16 was available, and that was my first number in Dallas. So I said, sure, perfect.
Did you get something from it, though?
Not yet. Firm handshake so far.
What do you want?
Maybe a nice dinner on the road. The number wasn't significant to me. I know the significance for him, so it's a lot more important to me that he has a number that means something to him rather than, just finding something that would suit him. This meant something to him, so by all means.
Did you have a number when you were younger that you were?
Yeah, I would take 11, but I don't think Ratty would let me take it for free. So,
how are you feeling? I guess so far in camp.
Feeling pretty good. I think we're finding chemistry between the three of us. Between my two wingers, and we're going to be a gritty line that's going to play a lot of hockey below the dots and. In scrimmages, sometimes it's a little bit hard against your own teammates to play that style, and so I think come game time, that's when we're going to really feel really good with each other.
You played so many different roles last year. I mean, you were centering Kane for a while and producing. Is that a role you relish being in that kind of more grinder role?
Yes, because I take such pride in the D zone that it comes a lot more naturally and a lot easier. When you're put in a position to play with the top guys, they want to produce. So I had to consciously tell myself, okay, I'd make reads here that I would want to play more defensively, but with these guys, I know I got to take a little bit more of a jump here. I might have to cheat. I might have to look for the offensive side of it, whereas when I'm playing in that grittier role, I know my reads are instinctual, and I know exactly what I want to do in a split second.
What did you work on this summer?
Everything. I spent a lot of time mainly working on game situation, catch and release, working pucks down walls, trying to get out of cutbacks quick. Kind of touched on everything. There's no one area that I'm perfect in. Nobody is. So I want to work on everything. Face-offs are going to be huge for me this year. I expect to and hope to take a lot of face-offs and a lot of big face-offs.
With Bedard and Reichel, two guys who haven't really played center in the NHL before, being possibly the top two centers, will you be kind of relied upon to help teach them some face-off stuff?
Yeah, I'm sure I will. Yannick is fantastic, so he'll be around and giving a lot of pointers. If he's not around, lots of video I'm sure will be sent our way so that we can watch together. I'll try to give my tips and tricks and reads on guys that I've had the pleasure of taking face-offs against. More importantly, I think I'll try to give them looks on catching pucks low and slow, being in the right spots, making sure that their reads are good from the defensive zone so that they can go on the offense. Those are the areas that I'll try to spend more time with them to be like, hey, you got to be cheating more this way so that you can get on offense. I want you guys to go score, so if you're in the good spot, you're going to be able to take it down the ice and go.
Last year, you kind of jumped in on the fly. Is it nice to have a full training camp, kind of know what to expect?
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to come in and feel comfortable with the guys immediately and not have to sit in the weeds for a week doing nothing by yourself, basically, just trying to find ice. And so I get to come in and be comfortable with everybody. I get to meet all the new guys, and I'm starting to get to know all the prospects now, which I didn't know any of them last year. Guys would get called up, and I had no clue who it was, or what to expect from them. So it's nice that I get a little bit of a familiarity with them now, rather than trying to figure it out mid-season.
First scrimmage, did you notice where the whole team excelled in some areas, maybe sloppy in others? Luke said there were some questions about defensive zone.
Yeah, the D zone was a change on the fly last year, so I think for some of the guys that are used to man coverage or a strict zone, it's a little bit of a hybrid. And that you kind of got to go man for a little bit, and then you got to find your zone. So it's a little bit of an adjustment for some guys, and there will be questions, and this is the time to work them out. We got, another 2 weeks before the real games start, so that's fine to have questions today. Tomorrow we get to come back, watch the video, talk about it again, and make our adjustments. So I thought that as far as where we excelled, it looked like there's a lot of speed, a lot of pace, a lot of skill. I see Reiki out there. He's dancing around. He looks like he's feeling really good right now. It's good to see. Bedard, obviously, I think he had 1-1, was it, or 2 goals? He had 2 goals. So yeah, like a lot of speed, a lot of skill.
That was pretty much my question. Like, so what are your thoughts of Reichel and Bedard? So
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty amazing. There you go.
Beat you to it.
But last year you played with some younger guys, and now you've got Foligno and Perry mostly on your wing. What's it like graduating to really having that much experience on your line?
Yeah, I think experience is invaluable, right? These guys know their way around the rink like the back of their hand. They can close their eyes and they'll know something they did 20 years ago might work today. But Pears, I had a little bit of chemistry with him in Dallas, so that's pretty easy to come. And then Fliggs, I feel like we play pretty similar. So he also played with Monty last year, so I got a lot of my hockey sense and the way I learned to play the NHL was from Monty. My first 2 years were with him, so it kind of bodes well that we were coming from the same coach. So a lot of his ideology, he's speaking these terms that are just coming right back to me, that it's like I haven't missed a beat really with a lot of the things he's saying. So just implementing it all together, because Pears plays differently than him and I, but it can all blend well if we find a way to work our speed into finding him and his caginess and his ability to dominate below the dots, right?
Have you caught up with Perry about reminiscing on Dallas memories?
Yeah, well, I mean, we reminisced about being in that bubble for far too long. A memory we are both proud of and hate at the same time.